So at the beginning of the movie, we are shown the time of 2003. Inside a party, we see a girl named Samar. She was enjoying the party, and then she meets her college friend Queen, who says to her, "I was not expecting you today. You will come to this party only yesterday. Two of your friends have been murdered." Samar answers this thing. "They both were very close to my heart. Neither have I forgotten them today, nor will I forget them in the future. But because of their murder, I am leaving my life." Saying that she can't stop, she goes to enjoy the party, and then we see that the police have come to the same party site because the police suspect that the fate of Samar's friends who were murdered yesterday will be in this party. People are thrown out of this party, unaware of which Samar was in the washroom, and then suddenly behind her we saw a masked person. Samar got scared the moment she saw him. She ran away from there to save her life. She hides herself in a cap, but despite being in this heart-type cap, the killer finds Samar and murders him by slitting his throat with his axe, after which he gets cut from the chest and shows us the scene of 21 years later. It is shown that the time is 2024. At this time, we are shown Lucy, who is Samar's sister. Lucy is very intelligent. She now goes to college and gives the good news to her science teacher that she has been selected by NASA for internship. Hearing this, her teachers were also very happy because it was a proud moment for both of them, but Lucy was upset because she had not told her mom and dad till now, and her dad wanted Lucy to work in a goldsmith company just like him. But Lucy was interested in NASA, and now she had received the invitation from NASA. It is seen that today everyone in Lucy's college is celebrating sadness because today is the day when 4 students of this college, i.e. Lucy's sister, Samar, and his 3 other friends were murdered. Lucy did not know much about her sister because she was born after her sister's death. On this day, Lucy also started getting curious to know about Samar. She went home, and after many years, she opened Samar's room, which was exactly the same as it was 21 years ago. She checks many old things here, and after that she sees a wooden stick on the floor, which when opened he saw that his sister had hidden many letters under the floor. One of these letters was a strange, threatening letter. It was written below this letter, which could mean that this letter was written by Dan, who was Summer at that time. That means it was her sister's boyfriend. Now she was watching these things when her mom came here, and she quickly hid everything, and then they started having breakfast where Lucy told her dad that she was going to NASA to do an internship, and exactly as per her expectations, she got scolded a lot because her dad wanted to send her to goldsmithing. Well, after all this, they decide to go to Samar's grave because today was the day on which Samar she had died. Her mom and dad had brought something to keep on her grave, but Lucy had not brought anything. Her mother asks Lucy, "Haven't you brought anything for your sister?" Lucy gets upset and lies. "Yes, she was a maid, but I called her in the car itself," and she runs towards the car. Actually, neither she had ever been with her sister that much, nor was she fond of her sister. Whatever she would have brought for her sister. Now standing near the car, she was thinking the same thing when suddenly a strange sound started coming from a nearby hut. This sound put her in a state of shock. She had come to buy something for her sister. She was so proud that she checked that hut. She goes to do it where she saw a strange machine. The exact date on which Samar was murdered was written on this machine, and 2 laser lights were also coming out from inside this machine which would collide with each other. Lucy did not understand what had happened. As soon as she came out of the hut, she saw that her sister's body was in front of her. The grave was not there, and neither was her mother who had brought her here. She took out her phone and checked, but there was no network on the phone. Lucy, in her confused condition, went a little further and saw 2003 written on the signboard. And now she understands that she has time traveled, and the machine that she saw was a time machine and had come to this time in 2003. After knowing this, she immediately decides to go to her high school and meet her science teacher in college. As soon as she leaves, she comes face to face with her sister. This was the first time that she was seeing her sister. She was very confused. She was not able to talk to her sister here because right now she herself was not able to understand anything. Well, she runs to her teacher and asks him if time travel is possible. At this time, the teacher does not answer, but a boy sitting in the lab answers her, "Yes, time travel is possible." This girl's name was Quinn, who was seen in the movie. We had also seen with Summer in the beginning of 2007 that after listening to him and seeing him, Lucy started feeling that she can go back to her timeline with his help. With this thought, when she comes out of the college, she sees that all the students they were making a lot of noise. She asks a student what is happening here, and the student tells her that every year the seniors pick up a girl for bullying and throw her into the water, and today they are going to throw Quinn. Quinn was the same boy whose help Lucy needed. That is why Lucy reached there to save him. On coming here, she came to know that the people who were bullying Quinn were friends of Summer, i.e. her sister, and no one had the courage. Lucy appears in front of them and saves Quinn from them. These seniors also get angry leaving Quinn alone, and Quinn also thanks Lucy for saving her and asks her who is she? So yes, Lucy now tells him the truth that actually I am time traveling and I have to come back to my timeline, so I need your help. Quinn was not paying attention to her at all, and he says that it is not possible then. Lucy shows her her phone, which was far ahead of the technology of 2023. It was a touch mobile that could also take pictures of people. Seeing this, Quinn had to believe her words. Quinn now agrees to help her, and he takes her to his house where he had made a small science lab. In this time, we see that Summer also comes to Quinn, who had come to take notes from her. Quinn tells her that I will give you the notes. Before going home, Summer also notices Lucy and asks Quinn who she is, to which Lucy herself gives a false name and says that I have not actually come to the college. But at this time, she tells everyone about her. Well, now Quinn and Lucy start their mission. They go inside the same hut from where Lucy had time traveled and pick up the time machine lying there and bring it to Quinn's lab. Now there was no more energy left to use it to go back to our timeline. Now as we know that Lucy herself is a very good engineer and she is also going to join NASA, so she also had a lot of knowledge about machines. Here she tells Quinn that this machine will run on Goldsmith cylinder, which they did not have. Then Lucy tells her not to worry. My dad, who is also a lover of Summer, works in a goldsmith company. I will steal his pass and go to his company. Goldsmith can steal the cylinder and Quinn now takes it to Summer's house. Summer is surprised to see them and asks Quinn where my notes. Then Quinn replies to her that actually because I am busy, I don't have your notes. I was able to make it, that's why I have brought Lucy along. Together we will quickly make your notes. Summer, obeying her, now brings Lucy inside the house, and this is where she had to come. Here Lucy sees her mother, who he was looking much younger than before. Here, Summer found Lucy's style very ridiculous because it was not in the fashion of that time. Hence, Summer also gives some of her clothes to Lucy and does her makeover according to the same
These people
timeline.
talk about Quinn
Through
in
these
every
small
conversation.
things,
Lucy was
started
feeling that
getting
Quinn
closer
loves
to
Summer, but Summer
She
is
started
not in
getting
love with
fond
her.
of her sister.
She says, no, it's nothing like that. I just look at him as a brother, and he is just my good friend who helps me in my homework. At the same time, she also tells Lucy that she actually loves a girl. And at this time, the relationship of girls is not considered good. Now in the same room, Lucy sees photos of Samar's friends and taking their names. She asks Samar, are these two your good friends? Samar said yes. Answered, and she was also surprised that how do you know the names of my friends? Before she could answer, Lucy remembered that today was the same date on which they were murdered, that too at the mall. Thinking this, she called her sister. Kush said no and sat in the car and went towards the mall to save the lives of both of them. Where now we get to see that the eunuch standing inside the showcase is the one who had also killed Samar in the beginning of the movie when they were in the mall. When they reached there, it was the closing time of the mall. At the same time, the killer comes out of the showcase and stabs one of Samar's friends to death. Before that, he also stabs and kills Samar's other friend. At one point, Lucy reaches here and diverts his attention and succeeds in saving the girl. Seeing this whole situation, they all got scared. They get scared and try to run out of here. But near the elevator, the killer again comes to Samar, catches the friend, and kills him by throwing him down and tapping him. To save the life of this girl, the security guard here also tried to stop the killer, due to which the killer also killed that security guard. And seeing this, Lucy, she became even more sad because there had only been 2 murders in this mall within the previous timeline, and now because of her interrupting, this poor security guard also lost her life. Right now there was no time to think that these people ran there. Lucy was very sad at this time. So Quinn tells her, don't be sad and listen to me, don't tamper with the timeline at all. Let the one who is dying die. Look, if you tamper with the timeline, this can also happen. It is possible that this entire timeline will be destroyed, and it is also possible that even if you save your sister's life, your mom and dad will definitely plan for you because look at you. They had planned for their sister after her death. At this time she was understanding all the things. That is why now she goes to her house to steal her dad's card so that she can go to the goldsmith and get the goldsmith slander from there. And while she was doing this work, her sister Samar saw her. And as soon as she saw her, Samar started talking to her. He asks, "Who are you? And what have you come here to do? And tell me one thing, that today there is going to be a murder in Mal. How did you know about it, and how did you know the names of my friends?" At this time, Lucy does not lie to him but rather tells him. She tells the truth that in reality she is Samar's sister and has come here after time traveling. Samar was not able to understand anything. He thinks that the girl is joking with him, but then Lo Sai shows him the letter which tells him about his future. Samar became very interested after seeing this letter which was found in Samar's room, and to verify what Lucy said, she went to her college where she found the same letter in her locker. It was actually not written by then, but her friend Amy had written it to her, and seeing this, she started believing what Lucy said. The scene cuts to show us that Lucy and the Queen are working on each other at that time. Lucy's intention of going back was very firm, but the Queen wanted Lucy to stay here because he was always very lonely, and when Lucy came, he started having his own feelings. He had found someone who thinks like him. During these talks, we see that Summer also came to him because she had understood the rest. Only Lucy can save people's lives. She requests Lucy to save everyone's lives, and then she also asks how she looks in the future because she did not want to break her heart by telling her that in the future she is going to die. She says that you look very cute in the future. Well, now she questions Samar that whose murder is going to happen next. Then Lucy tells that this murder of your friend Amy will happen at the place where he works, and now all three of them will try to stop that murder. Here it is shown that just as the killer was about to kill Amy, all these people reached there and succeeded in destroying the killer, and thus they saved Amy's life, but unfortunately the killer was not in their hands. It seems that these people now drop Amy at her house, after which Queen tells Lucy, "Look, we have tampered with the timeline by stopping this murder, but despite all this, the timeline was not ruined. I used to think that saving someone's life would be better than saving someone's life. This timeline will be ruined, but it is not. That is why now we can stop all the mutters." He asks Lucy whose turn is next, then she tells the truth that her sister is next. Well, we see that now Lucy is with Summer. She couldn't sleep the whole night because she was worried about how she would tell her sister that she was going to be murdered the next day. She wakes up in the morning before Samar wakes up. She steals her dad's ID card, and then she reaches Quinn's lab where she finds a love letter which she had written for Summer, and since Summer had told her that she has no interest in boys, she finds the love letter quite strange, and she tells Quinn, "It is better if you don't get into all this trouble." Now she goes to Samar, and with great courage tells him the truth that Samar, "Today you are going to die. I want to save you, but there is a big problem if I save you. Then my existence will end completely because Mom and Dad had planned to give birth to me only after your death." Hearing this, Summer also gets into a strange dilemma. Summer asks Lucy, "What should we do now?" Then Lucy tells her that I have a saying that there is a plan. He takes him to his dad's goldsmith's office from where he had to steal the goldsmith's slate. As soon as he reached there, he saw that the guard had already been killed by someone and a goldsmith's slate was also missing from there. That is, someone had already killed him. Who could have been this person who is preparing to run their time machine? It is not known yet. Well, Lucy also runs a silver cylinder so that she can go back to her time through the time machine, and here Lucy saves her life. After planning all this, Lucy now goes to the heart where the time machine was, whereas here we see that time has still come to the same party where the killer had come to kill her. Perhaps he was thinking this. She had come so that at least if not she, then her sister would be saved. We see that the killer is also coming towards her to kill her. Before the killer can kill her, Queen and Lucy come in their car and hit the killer. This is how Summer gets saved. Now, as soon as the killer removes the mask from his mouth, they all get surprised to see that the killer was none other than Quinn, who had come from the future. Now, the 2003 Quinn asks this Quinn from the future, "Why are you doing this?" Then Killer Quinn tells Killer Quinn that in this timeline, "The bad things that have happened to me have not happened to you. That day the friends of the time together had thrown me into the water, and that is why I felt very humiliated. My confidence was broken and my life was ruined. So I decided to kill Samar's friends, but I loved Samar. How could I kill him? When I went to give him the love letter, he tore it and threw it on my face. And then I decided that I will kill these three, but at that time, I did not have that much courage, but then the fire of revenge within me increased so much that I created a time machine, and I came here to take revenge from all of them." It was clear that at this time Quinn had not become a killer because of Lucy, none of Summer's friends could do bad things to her. And at that time, Lucy had stopped one Quinn before giving the love letter to Summer. But all these people were arguing. At this time, all these people were in the same hut where the time machine was installed. Lucy very cleverly turns on that time machine, and then due to the collision of both the laser lights, a light appears there. This happens, which both the killer and Lucy see and come back to their timeline. After coming here, the killer had planned to kill Lucy, but before that, Lucy picks up his chalk and stabs him. After killing him, Lucy notices that she still has a sonar Slenderman in her pocket that she will go to the past because in this life she was very alone. Neither she had any friend nor her sister, but in the past she had found her sister and also a friend. She had found the person who was Quinn. That's why she turns on the time machine again and comes here to the past. As soon as she came to the past, Samar and Quinn were very surprised and happy to see her. Samar asks her why did she come back, then Lucy tells, "Because I have no sister or any friend in the future, I want to be happy with you." Hearing this, Samar also covers him tightly and adopts him. Later it is shown that they started living like a family and Lucy. This time also she had again applied for internship in NASA, and this time also she got selected due to which everyone was very happy and the movie ends here just showing this.